Hey guys, what's up? I'm Erin and welcome back to the channel. If you use a credit card, you don't want to be rich. That was a statement made by billionaire Mark Cuban. And he actually goes further as to say, if you have a credit card, you should consider cutting it up or burning it. And if you tend to follow financial people, that might remind you of Mr. Dave Ramsey, known as No Debt Dave, who says that credit cards put you in a toxic relationship with creditors. Now, obviously, both of these men are very successful. They've both done a phenomenal job at building wealth. And a key marker of building wealth is being good with money. That's why we're so curious with how millionaires are handling their finances. We read books about it, we watch videos, and the advice of millionaires, or in this case, multimillionaires and billionaires, makes headlines. We want to know what they have to say. We want to learn from them. But it's important to remember that their advice might not be applicable to all people in all situations. Dave Ramsey is against debts of all types, namely because early on in his career, in his 20s, reform in lending regulations led to the banks calling his outstanding real estate debt $3 million worth, which led him into bankruptcy. After that, he became anti-debt of all types, which is really understandable. Can you imagine the nightmare that was? And as to why Mark Cuban is anti-credit card debt, he says it's because of the high interest rates. If you're paying 15 to 20% in annual interest charges on your credit cards, paying off those card balances is the best investment you can make. And that is absolutely true. Credit card debt is a very dangerous type of debt, and it sits at an outlandishly high interest rate. But there's a mistaken implication here that if you have a credit card, that automatically means that you have credit card debt that you're accruing interest on. But there is a way to use a credit card without ever paying interest, and that is to simply pay off your balance in full every single month. And plenty of people do that. Let's look at some credit card stats. According to the American Bankers Association, 40.9% of credit card accounts carried a balance from month to month. 35.5% of credit card accounts were paid in full each and every month, and 23.7% of credit card accounts didn't have any activity from month to month. If someone carries a balance on their credit card, they need this advice. They need the advice of Dave Ramsey and Mark Cuban. So potentially 41% of credit card users. 15 to 20% is an interest rate you cannot outrun. There is one caveat here for people who are taking advantage of a 0% promotional period, but outside of that, there is no reason to carry a credit card balance. A credit card should be treated the same as money in your bank account. If you can't pay it off in full every month, if that money is not already sitting in your account, you can't afford it, and that credit card should not be swiped. And honestly, if you're not paying off your balance in full every month, you have no business having a credit card. Simple as that. And I'm a pretty anti-debt person, but I think credit cards can be a great tool in your financial toolbox. They come with a lot of perks, assuming you use them responsibly. Think building credit. One of the best ways for the average American to build credit is to use a credit card for their regular purchases and pay off their balance in full and on time every single month. And having good credit is essential to getting a good rate on a mortgage or a good rate on an auto loan. Here are the national mortgage rates as of the end of 2022 based on credit score. If you were to buy a $425,000 home, roughly the price of the average home in the US, and your credit was 690, your monthly payment would be around $2,795. Over the life of that 30-year loan, you would pay over $500,000 in interest. However, if you bought that same $425,000 home and your credit score was 790, your monthly payment would be $2,695. And while that is just $100 less per month, over the life of that 30-year loan, that saves you $36,000 in interest. And while a spare $100 a month might not seem like much to scoff at, if you invested that $100 per month over those 30 years and captured an 8% interest rate, that could grow to almost $150,000. Never underestimate the power of saving a small amount over a long period of time. So the interest savings and what that money could otherwise grow to over time really matters. Having good credit saves you money, and using a credit card responsibly can help you build that good credit. And if you start using a credit card early in life, say at 18 or 19 or 20 years old, that can really help you to build a lengthy credit history, as your payment history is the largest component of your credit score. And a credit card is really the most easily accessible way for the average person to reliably build their credit score. And while some people will argue that you don't need a credit score, the truth is most people do, because most people will need a mortgage when they go to buy a home or an auto loan when they go to buy a car, simply because they can't afford to buy these things outright. Credit cards offer fraud protection. We live in an age where identity theft is real. Credit card numbers get stolen and thieves make fraudulent purchases on credit cards, but your credit card offers an added layer of protection. If someone uses your debit card fraudulently, they're spending your money that's in your account. When someone uses your credit card for fraudulent spending, they're spending the credit card company's money. Once you alert the credit card company of the fraudulent charges, you're not on the hook for those charges. Simple. But with a debit card, that money goes missing from your account, and you have to wait for the bank to reimburse you for that missing money. Definitely more of a hassle. Credit cards offer purchase protection. There are limits to this coverage, but so long as you purchase them on your credit card, you get an added layer of protection. Some items that would typically be covered would be clothing, electronics, home and garden products, or personal care items. And the protection is generally offered on damage or theft of goods, not normal wear and tear. On top of that, credit cards offer an extended warranty. You know, when you go to buy new electronics, say you're buying a new TV, they say, "Do you want to buy an extended warranty for this?" Well, if you're buying it on your credit card, chances are you're already getting an extended warranty. When you purchase an eligible item that has a manufacturer's warranty, the extended warranty coverage that comes on your credit card extends the manufacturer's warranty for an additional period. The coverage that comes with your credit card will generally mirror the manufacturer's warranty coverage, but there could be additional limitations and different claim procedures. An extended warranty is offered by several credit card payment processing networks, including American Express, Visa, and MasterCard. Different cards do offer different extended warranties. Some extend warranties by a year, other by 24 months, or limit the coverage per item to a specific dollar amount, like $10,000. So make sure to read about your card specifically before making a purchase or filing a claim. Some cards even offer rental coverage when you go to rent a vehicle, so you don't have to buy that extra rental insurance. The point is, credit cards come with a lot of purchase protections, and if you've never done it, it might be worthwhile to read the fine print on your credit card, see what perks are available to you. And last but not least, points. Different cards have different point systems. Some offer cash back and others offer travel rewards. So essentially, when you're making your everyday purchases, like buying your groceries or putting gas in your car, your credit card is giving you a little bit of your spending back, and this is money you would be spending anyhow. At the end of the year, maybe it looks like just a couple $100s in cash, or maybe it's an entirely free vacation. I think these point systems and these reward programs are absolutely wonderful. Again, so long as you're using your credit card responsibly and paying it off in full every single month. And oh yeah, you don't want to just be buying things in order to rack up points or to hit a sign-up bonus. Only stick with the purchases you would otherwise be making. I do think there's some truth to the idea that we tend to spend more when we use a card, whether it's a debit card or a credit card, compared to when we use cash. It's so easy to just swipe a card. On the rare occasion that I do use cash, it is hard to hand those bills over to the cashier. So I do think cash helps you more heavily scrutinize your purchases. So if you want to emotionally make it harder for you to spend and easier to save, try an all cash diet. Otherwise, you can use a budget and make lists and stick to them, and that can help to combat this as well. I watch the Ramsey show clips a lot, and I know the Ramsey team likes to say that no millionaire ever said they became a millionaire through credit card points. And of course that's true. You don't become a millionaire or build wealth through credit cards. Instead, you do that from a lifetime of living below your means, working on growing your income, and investing regularly, not credit cards. But with that said, that doesn't negate the fact that credit cards do offer very real benefits for those who use them appropriately. I also think it's worth mentioning, especially in today's society, that you can say, I disagree with someone on one point, but I am still very much a fan of them. I still like them. There's no denying that Dave Ramsey has helped millions upon millions of people. There is great value in what he has done and what he continues to do. Same with Mark Cuban. He recently invested in a company called CostPlusDrugs.com, which is eliminating markups on pharmaceuticals aiming at making medications affordable to people. That is incredible. Because people not being able to afford medications they may need to live their life, is a huge issue in this country. Perhaps another video for another time, but this is an area I'm very passionate about, and he is going to be helping millions of people with this. I just say this because in today's day and age, people assume that if you say, oh, I disagree with someone on this one point, they assume you hate them, and that's not true at all. I think it's important to realize that rarely are you going to agree with someone 100% of the time, and that's okay. It's called being human. With everything you do, when you read a book, when you watch a video, when you listen to a personality, Take the information that resonates with you and let go of the rest. Make your own choices. My belief is that people who are using a credit card and not paying it off in full every single month, they probably shouldn't have a credit card. But a credit card can be a great asset. A credit card can offer a lot of perks, and it can be used wisely on your road to building wealth. What do you guys think? Leave it in a comment down below. I post new videos every single week. If you got anything at all out of this one, please give it a like. If you're new here, please consider subscribing, or if you know of someone who might get something out of this type of content, please consider sharing. I'll see you soon. Bye.